Hello everyone, welcome to my third and final version of a Rec Room photo viewer. This one differs from the first two in that it is for viewing photos offline. So unlike the other two, this one actually will download the photos to your hard drive locally, as well as associated metadata, so you can have a similar experience as you would to viewing your photos on rec.net, except for with this application. And because it's offline, this is a great way to archive those images, so you can save them forever and then continue to view them in case, Rec Room shuts down or doesn't exist in the future. You'll always have a way to view those photos in a way that is similar, if not better, than rec.net. And so this is free, it's open source. I have it up here on GitHub. You can view all the source code for the application. If you're a developer with a developer background, you can totally just pull this down, run a couple of commands. You can run it locally without having to download anything other than the source code. And so for others that want to just run the executable that don't have that developer background, you can come over here to the releases side. The current version is 3.9.5. And down in the assets, we have a .exe file. This is for Windows only right now. I don't have support for Mac or Linux. So once you download that and run it, Windows is going to show you this big spooky red banner that says, "Are you sure you want to run this?" Hit more info, hit run anyway. The reason it shows that is because I didn't pay money to get it a certificate to register it. It says it's from an unknown publisher. Windows doesn't like that. But I promise it's not doing anything nefarious. It's just I didn't want to pay money to get it registered. So once you have it downloaded, it will look like this. Well, when you download it, it won't look exactly like this. It'll be empty because you won't have any photos downloaded. But it is developed in a way to download. You can do multiple accounts. So I have Bathia's as well as Rocco's photos here. But to give an example, come to the download icon at the top of the screen here. Click that. It opens up this. Bear token is optional. This is for private photos as well as profile history. You'll see down here that it's grayed out because we don't have a valid bearer token there. I'll show you how to do that later on in the video. But for any public photos, you can just type in someone's username. And then that'll pop up and yep, that's the account I want to do. Choose an output path if you'd like, some more specific. So we can choose to download either the user feed. Those are the photos that Winston was tagged in, taken by usually other users. So that'd be only public, as well as photos taken by Winston that are also public because I don't have that token entered in. So it'll only be public information. Download, it's going to collect the data and then download. It's about 100 photos here. So there we are, that is completed. Close this. So now we can see in the drop down I have Winston's items. You can easily swap between those. We have a search bar if you want to search for tagged users, rooms, pretty much anything you can search for. We have different options to group. You can group by room, user, date, and event, as well as some sort options here. If you want to view the feed, click the feed tab there. And there is a way to favorite photos. So you click the heart icon either here, or if you clicked into a photo, you can heart it right there. Just like rec.net, you can see the event it was taken in, who all was tagged, as well as cheer and comment counts. So now that we have the public data downloaded, let's go into and find how to get our bearer token. So we come back out to the browser here. I have some instructions on how to do this on GitHub. It's a doc link in the description of the video. So for how to get your rec.net token, you need to log into rec.net on an account that you own. So you can't do this for you can't go download, somebody else's private photos. It's not possible. So I'm going to log in through Winston. And then we're going to have to go into the browser or the dev tools for the browser. I'm doing this in Chrome. Other browsers are going to look very similar, but there's going to be some visual differences. But for the most part, if you want to use a key to open the dev tools, it's the F12 key. You can also do it the long way by going through this three-dot menu on the side, go to more tools, and then do developer tools. You want to come over here and go to the console. Make sure that tab is active. Come back to this document. We're going to scroll down. We have this bit of code we want to copy. And so what this is doing is it's looking in the browser's local storage for an item called NA current user session. It's where the access token is stored, and so it's going to take that and it's going to copy it to your clipboard. I know where this is and why it's there because I used to work on rec.net. I promise it's something bad. So you just come out here, paste that into the console. Some browsers are going to prevent you from pasting stuff because there is a security concern around that. Just type allow pasting and press enter. Then you'll be able to paste this in. Press enter. It's going to say undefined, but it's actually in our clipboard. And so what this is come out. Oops. Come out to JWT. So what this is a token. So what this is essentially when you log into rec.net with your username and password, the authentication server responds back with this token, and this is what the browser uses to make requests on your behalf. It is just as powerful as your username and password, so treat it like such. Don't go pasting it in Discord or giving it away. Because if somebody gets a hold of it, they can change your password and do stuff just like you can when you're logged in. So these are short-lived. They expire after an hour. So that's why you got to use it. If you're going to use it quick, because once it expires, you can't use it anymore. So that is what that looks like. We're going to come back out to the photo application here. Go to download. You can paste it in there. It says profile picture history is now available because this token matches the ID of this account. So we can see that those two are in line. It has now activated the profile picture history option. And I'll leave these other two selected because it will actually download some private photos. Click download. And as you can see, instead of 18 being here, we now have 25, as well as 3 new profile picture entries. Winston wasn't a very adventurous account, so we only got 3. Some other different things that you can do in this application, aside from that, is there's this little stats icon. I like stats. I'm a stats nerd. So there's some fun, unique stats about your photos. So you can see that I've tagged 4,500 people, unique people, in Rocco's photos. My most powerful or busy year was in 2020, so when I took the most photos, but I was also tagged in the most photos. You can see Lost Skulls and Squads are surprisingly 2 photos away from being equal. That's pretty crazy. As well as who you took the most photos with. And then just to talk about the application a little bit, it is very robust. And so if your connection is less than desirable, say you've got like a flaky connection that drops in and out from time to time, this application is smart enough. It'll retry failed file downloads. If it's unable to get them, it'll leave you with a message saying it did. And so my recommendation there is if that ever happens, just let the download complete. If there's a few files that were failed, just rerun the download over again. So this application is smart enough to, when you trigger a download, it will actually look at what's on your hard drive and compare it with what Rec Room servers say you have for photos, and then it will only download the new ones. So if you're actively playing Rec Room, you can come in here, enter your username, and just hit download, and it will only ever download the new ones. It won't sit and re-download them all over and over again. And so another thing too, if you have a connection that's struggling, you can come to the settings here. And originally this is set up to have 30 concurrent downloads. So that means it's downloading 30 images at a time. If you're struggling, if your internet is struggling, set this down to like 2 or 10, or just experiment with it. It just reduces how many photos it's trying to grab at a time. Your download's going to be a little bit slower, but it might be more successful. So just have to tweak that a little bit. And next, just to talk about how the application stores data. So I had the application pointed at this Rocco 2 folder. It's where I was downloading all the data to. We can see here that this is Rocco's user ID. We got Bathia's user ID, and this is Winston's. This is how it stores that information. It uses your account ID as the folder name. So if we go into Winston here, we can see we have feed, photos, and profile history. These all contain images. And then all the metadata associated with those images is stored here, as well as a little bit of folder metadata. So if you ever need to like move this in the future, you can totally just grab any of these folders, just grab the entire thing and move it. And the application, as long as you point it back at, this parent folder here, this rock, like as long as there's a parent folder around these, it'll continue to be able to load those up just like you'd expect. So you can totally move them to different places and it won't affect anything. I hope you enjoy using this application. Please, please, please reach out to me if you come across bugs or maybe you just have a feature that you'd like to see in the future. Happy to hear from everyone. Always open to contributions. Make a pull request on GitHub. Other than that, happy downloading.